It is Tuesday night, and we are live for round number 5 of the County Road Custom Late Model Challenger. Tonight, we bring you live coverage of the Steiner Motorsports 150 from the Las Vegas Bullring. I'm Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the booth. And Bill, we had fantastic racing last night. We're looking for more of the same here at the Bullring. 32 drivers, or actually now 33 drivers, going to be going for just 26 spots. It's going to be tough just to make the field here.
Yeah, that's going to make the B main awful exciting, isn't it, Jeff? It's going to be tough just to get into the A main event tonight. I know a lot of guys that are close to the bottom of the board in practice times. They're probably looking at that, getting really anxious right about now. But should have a pretty fun B main event. 25 laps. And, ooh, puppies in the booth. You can hear that off in the distance. But should be fun tonight.
Yeah, practice currently underway. Caleb Hall, fastest so far, 14.478 for Caleb Hall. Aaron Plemons sitting second on the board. He's your points leader coming into tonight. Timmy Holmes. Timmy's looking to win his 4th Fast Time Award. Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes with the Quick Time Award. Timmy Holmes has got 3 of them already this season. He missed last week on the road course, but he has returned. Bladen Edwards, last week's winner. He's sitting 4th on the board right now in practice.
I mean, it's the normal players, right? Of Garrett Pick is 5th, Zach Owen in a 6th place run in practice, AJ Rogers 7th, Cossack 8th, Huffman, he is 9th, and Landon S. Huffman, James Seawright at 10th. So these are the guys we're going to look for to try to pick up the Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes Quick Time Award tonight. We'll see. We'll be hitting qualifying here very, very shortly.
Yeah, I don't think you look at the board and you see too many surprises there in the top 10. It's more about the surprises you see deep in the grid. Some guys that I thought would be a little bit faster in practice kind of struggling here at this track, and it is a tough track. We heard it even from some of the guys last night. They all kind of said, like, Vegas isn't one of my better tracks, but it seems like everybody has that opinion. They just all kind of have trouble getting speed here.
I don't know if you've ever raced at Vegas, or when was the last time you actually drove a lap at this place? This place is very difficult to get around.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like it. It's just an odd shape, and you have to get right down to the bottom. You have to make sure the car sticks. You have to be really, really smooth, and it's just a really difficult place to make speed. Some guys have it. Some guys know how to do it. And some guys, they struggle. You got to stay right to that bottom line and get around this racetrack as quick as you possibly can. It's a really, really narrow line around this place.
Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes qualifying underway. These drivers going for 5 bonus points and $5 on the line for quick time. Already on the board, Chris Roma, 14.585 in his first lap. He's looking to improve. Garrett Pick now to the top of the board, 14.548 for Garrett Pick.
Trying to get as many cars on the racetrack as we possibly can.
Everybody's to the top of the board. Josh Cossack, 14.530, faster than his practice speeds. Goes to the top of the board, so new quick time so far.
Aaron Plemons out on the racetrack right now. He's going to look to put up a good time. Already 5th quick.
Plemons quite a bit off his practice speed. He's going to take his 2nd lap here and not able to improve at all. So probably not the lap he was looking for. He's currently holding on to a bonus point if he can finish there, but still some drivers behind him that are extremely fast. And as I say that, Caleb Hall now to the top of the board, 14.496, new fast time, Caleb Hall.
Landon S. Huffman just ran a time, Jeff. He's not going to be very happy with that. He was in the top 10 in practice. He's 26th on the board right now in qualifying. He's going to take a 2nd lap, and he'll bounce up to the 18th position. To put him right on the bubble right now. Kyle Martinson's going to go P19.
Yeah, I don't think that was the lap that he was looking for.
James Seawright out on the racetrack.
Seawright to 4th quick now. He's going to bump AJ Rogers out of the top 5. So James Seawright now 4th fastest, 14.555. Still have not seen Timmy Holmes or Bladen Edwards. They were 2 of the guys in the top 5 in practice, and neither of them have gone out on the racetrack yet. Now it looks like Holmes is going to get out there very, very late.
Yeah, Holmes might not have time to run a qualifying lap, Jeff. I don't know what Timmy was doing, but I don't think he's going to have time to go qualify here. It might be very, very close.
Yeah, we're going to see if he is able to get this in before time expires. There's just about 4 seconds left in qualifying. I know it gives you a couple seconds after, and no, he did not do it. So Timmy Holmes going to the B main along with Bladen Edwards. Unbelievable. Two of the fastest guys in the series going to be in the B main tonight.
So 15 car B main. Late in that run, James Seawright bounced Landon S. Huffman to the B main event. So we saw him on the bubble. He's now in the B main.
And Bill, I don't know if you read the race preview today. We talked about this with Bladen Edwards. He DNQ'd for this race. The first time we ever ran this race, it was the first ever Challenger Series race. He DNQ'd, then went on to win the championship. I'm sure he's hoping not to DNQ in this one, but it's just something about Vegas. Bladen Edwards just doesn't seem to have a handle on this track.
Well, we just talked about it. It is an odd place. And you just have to learn to get around here. It's like I said, it's a very fine line. It's a very specific way you need to be faster on this racetrack. Some people overdrive it, but the quick way is to get to the bottom and to get off the corner as quickly as possible. But it feels like you should just carry more speed. It's so wide, and you should. Yeah, it's a very specific way to get around here. And it just seems like Bladen Edwards really doesn't like it. So he's going to start in the back there. He's also going to start back there with Timmy Holmes. So we're going to watch those two cars over 25 laps try to make their way forward. Going to transfer 8 in tonight's A main in this B main event.
Our B main event is rolling, so we're going to have to go through the lineup quickly now. The 84, Landon S. Huffman on the pole. On the outside of him will be the 07 of Kyle Martinson.
Starting third, it's the Joker, and the 09 of Elliott Carlson, and to his outside, it's the 2 of JJ Chansey.
Ronald Cole was scheduled to start 5th. He's not going to take part in this, so move up a row there on the inside line. The 5 of John Piette will start 6th.
Starting in the, actually, move up 2 rows here. We got Zach Beige. He's going to start 8th. Matt Owens is slated to start 9th. I think he's bumped all the way up to 5th.
Peter Fisher going to be scheduled to, actually, Matt Owens will be scheduled to roll off 9th. He's going to move up a few rows in the 29 car. Then Peter Fisher will start 10th in the 71.
And Tanner Carter slated to roll off 11th. I think he's bumped 2 rows to make him 7th. And Frank Griffin going to start 12th.
So that I believe that leaves us Lee Norton, Timmy Holmes, and Bladen Edwards at the rear of the field. Pace car lights are off. Landon S. Huffman going to take us green flag racing here in the B main. The field kind of stacked up there on the back straightaway. That's not what you want to see. But we're getting set to go racing here. B main, 8 cars moving on from this 25 lap B feature. Looking again, 8 cars moving on to the A main.
Green flag is out. We are racing in tonight's B main. Jeff, we had 2 cars on the inside row that didn't show up, so we bumped all those cars forward. So that's going to have some cars that didn't qualify, as well as some other cars in front of them. They'll be to the inside. So we've got a battle. We've got the first 5-6 cars have actually gotten single file. Right now, Lee Norton looking underneath Tanner Carter and gets into him into turn number 1.
Tanner Carter goes around that, is going to breed out the caution. Caution get away for the 84 Landon S. Huffman, and I heard Tanner maybe came on the radio and said it was his fault, so we're going to take a look at that one and see what might happen there.
Look at him going down into turn number 1. Looks like Lee is on the apron. I think Tanner got down, maybe didn't know there was a car inside of him there, and kind of pulled down on top of the nose. I actually might have had some net code there, Jeff. But it's the same situation we saw last week, where the predictive code thinks that the car is going to go up because it's on the apron, and it doesn't.
Yeah, and unfortunately there, Tanner kind of forced the 85 of Lee Norton down onto the apron. He ends up getting turned around in that situation, so he's going to go to the rear of the field. He's going to have to try to fight his way back. David Hill is joined this race, so he originally did not make the start. He did tag the end of the field coming off pit road as we went green, so he is still in the lead lap in the 14th position, so 14 cars in this 25-lap B main.
And that is Hill's first start with this series. I don't think we've seen David Hill before, so unfortunately did not make the start in the B main, but he's going to be 1 lap down in the 03. He's going to need a whole lot of help, as there are no lucky dogs in our B main events.
So, Bill, we're going to go back single file racing here in this B main. We're going to send these guys green, try to get as many laps in this 25-lap B main. We are under time constraints. We're only going to give them 12 minutes to try to finish this thing up.
Single file restart. Landon Huffman going to get a nice jump over Kyle Martinson. That's going to put Elliott Carlson back in 3rd. Here comes JJ Chansey in the 2 car at Owens, 29 with 85 of Lee Norton. And Bladen Edwards has already made his way, Jeff, up into the 7th spot. He shot out like a cannon on the bottom side, and he's all the way up into a transfer position.
Yeah, Timmy Holmes has not made as much progress, and he is kind of stuck back in the field a little bit, running probably about around 12th right now on the racetrack as Bladen Edwards trying to move forward. I see Lee Norton. He's making a pass. That's on Matt Owens. Matt Owens up the racetrack. That's going to open up the door for Lee Norton. Here comes Bladen Edwards. He's going to follow through, and the caution's going to wave.
We actually watched it happen, Jeff. It was Peter Fisher and Timmy Holmes were battling. Peter Fisher got a little bit sideways down the front straightaway. It's going to be interesting to see how we see this as Timmy Holmes got into the back of the 71.
Yeah, and it looked like Peter tried to maybe give him the inside line. Timmy tried to take advantage of it, and he just clipped the 71 going into turn 1. I think he tried to dive down, and it was just too late.
It looks like there was contact there. Tough to see from that angle. See if we can get that. Yeah, it looks like just a little bit of bumper tag as they went into turn number 1. Hard to tell if Peter was entering. I mean, it was kind of early, right? I mean, I don't know what happened there. It's like Peter, backed up a little bit to him. Obviously, Pete did have a tough exit of turn 4 there. Yeah, I think the 71 might have been letting him go, and I think it just caught Timmy off guard there. He tried to dive down at the last second, and it was just a little too late. So shout out to those watching on Facebook. Remember, if you're watching with us, leave a comment. Let us know who you're cheering for tonight. I see Corey Bigley in the Facebook chat. And Bill, what you're talking about, this was the first ever race for the Challenger Series was here at Las Vegas. That winner, Corey Bigley. Definitely a night to remember from the Florida driver. Corey since then has gone up to the Late Model Shootout Series and having some success this season, Jeff. He's in the top 10 in points until we put the drop weeks in this week. Corey back to 16th in points right now. Pace cars in, green flag is out. Landon Huffman going to take the field with the green flag. Kyle Martin able to drop down and jump into that second spot side by side for third as JJ Chansey's going to try to go around the outside of Elliott Carlson. Can't make the move down the back straightaway. They'll be side by side into 3. Some crazy racing further back in the field is Tanner Carter. He's trying to get around John Piet. That's for that 8th and final transfer spot. He's got it now, and he's putting the pressure on Matt Owens. Piet might have got in the back of Tanner Carter right there. Carter able to hold on. Oh, Tanner Carter into the back of Matt Owens. Matt Owens going to slide the car through turns 3 and 4. Use that as a way to turn the number 29, and he's still sideways off of turn 4. Carter still putting the pressure on Matt Owens. Owens up the racetrack. This might open up the door for John Piet, but the caution's going to wave because Peter Fisher is around the middle 1 and 2 once again. Freeze the field. John Piet not able to jump up to the 8th spot, or will he? Let's see where they score. You see Barney throwing the yellow flag. We'll take a look at Peter Fisher and see what happened to him. So he tags up to the back of the field. Well, I think there's a big mess on the front straightaway here. There's a group of cars. Peter's sideways off the corner. Oh, and Frank Griffin just got down into turn number 1, and I think he came off the wall and just drove down into Peter's right front there. David Hill caught in that one as well. Yeah, kind of body slammed the 71, got him checked up, and then David Hill just nowhere to go. He kind of piles through with that mess. Heather Rittenauer says Chase Stewart in the chat. He's in the A main. He's not in this race, so we'll have to wait a few minutes to see him driving. Del Mears, Colby Bryant watching. Colby Bryant missed the Late Model Shootout Series race last night. Took a points hit for it.
Well, here we go. Pace car is back off the racetrack. It'll be Landon S. Huffman, Kyle Martinson, Elliott Carlson, JJ Chansey, Lee Norton, Bladen Edwards, Matt Owens, Tanner Carter. The transfer positions as they run right now. Still plenty of time here. We go back to green racing, lap 8 of this B main.
Battle between Elliott Carlson and JJ Chansey. Bladen Edwards up the track. Here comes Lee Norton. That's a battle for 5th. JJ Chansey in a bad place right now in the 2 cars. He's the outside of Lee Norton down the front straightaway.
There's a little contact further back as Timmy Holmes made a 3-wide pass, got into John Piet. Now, Bache is going to spin. The 27 car is around. Trouble on the back straightaway, as well as Frank Griffith and Peter Fisher got together.
It's the second time those guys got together.
You're not having a fun time in the back of the B main right now. And it looks like, to me, Bache, the 27 just got up the racetrack. He got way up in the marbles, and then that thing got loose.
Oh, yeah, he was loose entering. Oh, nice job by David Hill. Welcome to the Late Model Challenger Series, David. He does a great job getting on the binders and not getting into Bache as he spun down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, and David Hill, he's had a lot of cars spinning out in front of him tonight, so it's been an adventurous B main for the 03. So looking at the running order now, Tanner Carter in that 8th and final transfer spot. He's going to have Timmy Holmes behind him on the restart. So Tanner Carter, he is not safe at this point.
There's Tanner in the 15. He is in the 8th spot. Matt Owens running 7th. Those are the guys that are looking to battle for this transfer spot. You see Timmy Holmes in the 67. He's there as well. This is going to get really exciting. These guys are using up their allotted time limit. Try to get to the 25 lap B main distance.
Here we go. Pace cars off the racetrack again. Landon S. Huffman going to take his green flag racing with Kyle Martinson alongside. He's going to wait a little bit. He's going to stack up the field, and he got a fantastic restart. He is off and away. Elliott Carlson, JJ Chansey, they're battling for 2nd. Bladen Edwards outside of Lee Norton there in that next row.
Timmy Holmes thought about making it 3 wide down the back straightaway, thought better of it. He almost put it 3 wide as he's trying to make it into this field. Tanner Carter up the racetrack. Now Bladen Edwards going to get a shot from Matt Owens. That's going to get him into Lee Norton and JJ Chansey. They're all going to spin. That's going to bring out your yellow, I think. Bladen Edwards got a shot. I'm not sure who got into the back of the 72, but that definitely caused mayhem in turns 1 and 2.
And it was a fantastic save for Bladen Edwards. Unfortunately, he wiped out Lee Norton and JJ Chansey in the process of making that save. And those guys, I mean, that's going to be incredibly frustrating for them. They're just riding along, doing what they need to do, and a car comes sliding through the infield and wipes them out.
Now we got to figure out how that occurred. Because I don't think Bladen got super sideways down into turn number 1. He was trying to drift it. That was pretty exciting. There we go, coming onto the front straightaway. See Bladen on the top side. He will drive to the bottom, and then Matt Owens just... We saw this last night, guys that make that aggressive move to the bottom. Now this one seems a little bit more clear than the one we saw last night as he made the move to the bottom pretty much before the start-finish line. And Matt is not able to get on the binders quickly enough.
So that is going to be a heartbreaker for Lee Norton, who's now sitting on pit road. I don't know if he's going to make it back out for a restart here. I know he is called a night, so tough break for Lee Norton. He's had a rough season right now. What a really fast driver, just has not had any luck right now in this Challenger Series. His pace car is back off the racetrack, Bill. I think this is going to be our last chance for a restart here. I think another caution will end this race on the time limit. So here we go, going back green flag racing, Landon Huffman and Kyle Martinson on that front row. Landon's going to make them wait, and that's going to stack everybody up.
Landon Huffman going to get a good jump down into turn number 1 after waiting on that restart. Bladen Edwards way up the racetrack in the 72. Here comes Timmy Holmes to the inside. Tanner Carter's on the bottom. They're going to be 3 wide into turn number 3.
Peter Fisher is going to spin in middle 3 and 4 along with the 67 of Timmy Holmes. This is chaos right here coming down the front straightaway.
I have no idea where everybody is at this point. This is just crazy. I don't know. I think Peter Fisher was the one that went around again on that one.
Yeah, and I think that's going to do it right there. That is going to be the end of this one.
Let's take a look and see what happened to Peter as he went into turn number 4, just not having a good B main, but was battling, trying to get into that transfer spot. I'm not sure what happened there. Did he get hit from behind? And we're not going to be able to see any more of that because we're done. That's unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened there. Peter Fisher just goes into the corner, kind of just ran into everything. I don't know if he got hit or what, but we're going to go into warm-ups here as we sort out who transferred out of that B main event.
Yeah, that was wild. Right now, as it looks like, Timmy Holmes did not transfer as well. So looking at it, it would be Huffman, Martinson, Edwards, Carlson, Carter, Piet, Chansey, and Beisch moving on.
Beisch out of nowhere. After just spinning to the inside, Beisch transfers to the A main. Mayhem through 3 and 4. I mean, that's the games if you're going to play games and really kind of beat and bang in that B main event, there's an at any point you can be the guy that gets bumped, right? So that's kind of what happened there. Is guys beating and banging all through that event. A couple of guys that were running and it looked like they were going to transfer in or had an opportunity to transfer in, they're not going to be in tonight's A main.
So Bill, Drew Brown in the chat, he was asking what the requirements are for this series, and if you want to race an ITZR, this is where you start. The Challenger Series is open to anybody. Our Monday night series, invite only. So if you want to try to get into Monday night, our premier, we call it the Premier Fixed Setup League on iRacing, you got to start here on Tuesday nights. Everybody is welcome to come race with us on Tuesdays. Del Mears hanging out in the chat said, "Got to clean it up, boys." I agree. That was a rough B main. And then Bill Tanner Carter just sent us 500 stars.
Whoa! Well, that's a nice
Thank you, Tanner,
gift from the 15 car. I think he's pretty excited about getting in the AMA. So, provisional every single week. No, I'm kidding.
But thank you, Tanner. We do appreciate it. And we are getting set to go racing for our Senior Motorsports 150 tonight. And Bill, the invert was not friendly to these guys.
No,
it is a 9
not.
Invert tonight.
That's right. We do it. It's a random invert between 5 and 9 spots. There is a reason for it. We do the invert because we do give out points for qualifying. So we do have an invert as a result.
So here we go, our lineup for the Steiner Motorsports 150 tonight at the Bullring on the pole. I believe this is the first time we're going to see this guy start on the front row, a newcomer to the series. Only been here about 4 races. This is the 17 of Reagan Parent on the outside of him. This guy had a top 3 run at Nashville, the season opener. This is the 55 of Josh Parrish.
Starting in the 3rd position in the 67 car, it is Aaron Plemons, and to his outside in the Dixie Products number 17, it's AJ Rogers.
Starting 5th on this grid will be the 83 of Chris Roma on the outside of him. In the number 8 car, that's James Seawright.
Starting in the 7th position, winner earlier this season in the 44, that is Garrett Pick. And to his outside, the winner at Nashville in the number 2 car, that's Josh Kosick.
Well, this guy won the Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes Quick Time Award, earned $5, and now has to move all the way back to the 9th starting position. That is the 05 of Caleb Hall. On the outside of him in the 54, it'll be Jackson Crowder.
Starting in the 11th position in the 42 machine, it is Super Zach Onen. And to his outside, starting at 12th in the number 18, it's Ryan Dunkelberger.
Starting 13th tonight will be the 40 of Chase Stewart. On the outside of him will be the 50, that's Craig Tolley.
Starting in the 15th position in the number 81, it's the ravishing one, Rick Rube. And to his outside in the familiar number 31, it's Brad Carpenter.
Starting 17th will be Wet Willie Howes in the number 19 machine. On the outside of him, this driver will be dropping to the rear of the field due to a penalty from last week. Will be the 1 car of Caleb W. Hill.
You just watched him win the B main in the number 84. It's Landon S. Huffman, and to his outside in the number 07. Had a good race last week at the road course. It's Kyle Martinson.
Bladen Edwards will roll off 21st. That's last week's winner in the 72 machine. On the outside of him will be the 09 of Elliott Carlson.
Starting in the 23rd position, the man who just gave us 500 stars, it's Tanner Carter in the 15 car, and to his outside in the number 5, it's John Piette.
JJ Chansey will roll off 25th, and then 26th and final starter on tonight's grid will be Zachary Bache.
What a field. That's a good field. I like it.
Yeah, very, very strong field. Again, 32 drivers showing up, trying to qualify into this 26-car field. And Bill, we didn't have the success last night picking the winner. So do you want to try to pick again tonight?
I wish we didn't have to, right? That would be even better. This one's tough. I mean, you've got a lot of really, really good drivers out here. Really, really good drivers out here. You know what? I'm gonna go. I went with the same starting. I'm gonna go with the same starting position, Jeff. From the 5th starting spot, I'm gonna pick the 83 car, Chris Roma.
I like that pick. I'm gonna go with the guy that's sitting right in front of him. He is the points leader in this series, but he hasn't won a race yet. He's looking for his very first one in ITZR. I'm going with that 67 car of Aaron Plemons.
I like that one too. That was a good one.
Well, here we go. Actually, pace car going to go around one more time as we get set for the Steiner Motorsports 150. Looking at oh man, Tanner Carter sent us another 30 stars. Tanner, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And good luck tonight in the feature event. He's starting deep, so he's got his work cut out for him. And we're going to let him get to it.
I'm thinking to pay attention to the racetrack, Tanner. Time to go racing.
My dad in the house cheering for Super Zach Onan. Well, now we're going to see the pace car dip off the racetrack. Reagan Parent, he gets control of this start. He can go at any time now, and looks like he's going to make him wait all the way through turns 3 and 4, bringing down a very, very slow pace. And we are off and racing in the Steiner Motorsports 150.
Down into turn number 1, Aaron Plemons going to make quick work of Josh Parrish as he'll go to the inside. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway, but Plemons in the preferred line. He'll drive into 2nd place. Josh Parrish able to get down in 3rd. Chris Roma, AJ Rogers, and we've got a spinner. Looks like Chase Stewart back there in the 40.
Chase Stewart went around and then trouble on the front straightaways. Everybody tries to avoid that incident. Stewart was able to not get hit. That was that was very lucky for him. Yeah, he had a lot of cars bearing down on him. They all went up the racetrack to avoid contact, and nobody hit the 40 after he got turned around.
Oh, Craig Tully just missed his turn 3 in the 50 car. Oh, and Elliott Carlson gets hit by, it looks like Huffman. Let's see if we can pick that one up as well as he went around, but it was pretty clear going down into turn 3. We'll see that one more time. It looks like Craig Tully just missed the corner here. It's a little bit of a wild situation.
Yeah, to me it looks like Craig maybe was trying to get down in front of Rick Rube, so he dove it off down deep into the corner, trying to clear the 81, and then last minute realized, hey, I'm going to hit this guy in front of me. He tried to go up the racetrack, and it just was not able to avoid the 40.
And then cars avoid. Oh my goodness, cars avoiding the 40 at the bottom. There were cars 2 wide, 3 wide, and guys tried to go around it, and it all came together. So Landon Huffman damage on that car. Elliott Carlson looked like he kind of got away unscathed. Just bounced the rear end off the wall. We know that thing is a tank. Looks like he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I see a little damage on the 07 of Kyle Martinson. Looked like he got some piece of that as well. Little damage there. I see Zachary Bache coming down pit road to repair some damage on the 27. He might lose a lap here, but I don't think that's going to be the end of the world. We do have lucky dogs in this series, so if Bache can get some damage repaired, he's likely to pick up a lap here if the caution waves once again.
Wolfspeed Media on the hood of that number 27 machine.
Del Mears in the chat. He is cheering for the 07 Kyle Martinson. Martinson came from the B main. He is already up to 14th position, started 20th, so he dodged some of that. So pace car lights are out. It will be a single file restart this time.
I wouldn't say Kyle Martinson dodged some of that, Jeff. He has a lot of damage on the 07 car. But we saw some drivers last night that had a ton of damage at this racetrack, and aero just not a big deal here, as they're not doing huge speeds. The pace car has ducked off. Regan Parent going to take us back to the green flag.
Yeah, this is a good news for Aaron Plemons that it's single file. He doesn't have to fight for position here. As we get back to green flag racing on the loud pedal goes Reagan Parent down into turn 1. He is well clear of Aaron Plemons. No pressure from behind. Battling starting back around 13th position. It's Kyle Martinson jumps underneath the 31 of Brad Carpenter. He's going to take that spot. Here comes Bladen Edwards. He sells it off into 3. They're going to make contact.
Well, that's no good. Kyle Martinson going to get hit by a car back there. I think it was the 19 of Willie Howells got into him. Let's check to see what happened exactly to Kyle Martinson. Let's see, they went off into turn number 3. Looked like Bladen Edwards got in pretty hard there, Jeff, as he was to the inside of him, Kyle and Brad Carpenter.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one though. Man, Bladen, it's not like he pushed up the racetrack either.
He's there a long time too.
Yeah, he is there on the inside, and the 07 just he comes down to the middle of the racetrack like he's not there.
Almost looks like Kyle gets loose. It just looks like his car, he turns the car and it just starts turning sideways. I think maybe he ended up lower than he thought he was going to. I mean, he's sideways before he ever gets hit by Bladen.
Yeah, it seems like maybe the 07 just under braking. That thing just rotated left really quickly.
So you don't get a lot of time to fix damage here at the Bullring. These guys not taking the opportunity to do so.
Well, we did see Beish, the previous caution, came down, repaired some damage. So he got the caution he needed. He is getting the wave by right now. He'll be the lucky dog and move back onto the lead lap in the 26th position. Bill, more stars from Tanner Carter. He just sent us 15. He is currently running in the 18th position. And as long as if he keeps passing cars and giving us money, I'm cool with that.
He's got a Brad Keselowski moment right now. There he is. Moneybags over here in the 15. We'll go ahead and give him a little zoom shot. Tanner Carter in the 15 car. We appreciate it, my friend. That is good stuff. At least it puts a big smile on my face. I'm loving it. He's in the race car just sending stars. I dig it.
So your running order as they run now: Reagan Parent, Aaron Plemons, Josh Parrish, Chris Roma, AJ Rogers, Garrett Pick, James Seawright, Caleb Hall, Jackson Crowder, and Ryan Dunkelberger, your top 10 as they stand. And we have had 2 quick cautions to start this one off. Not similar to what we saw last night. Last night we started off with a green flag run, and then the caution started coming. But tonight these Challenger Series drivers getting off to a wild start.
Yeah, just got to sort it out here. I mean, it's tight racing here at the Bullring, starting out early, so they just need to get into a green flag run, just get a couple laps in. See what happens here on this restart as the pace car is off. Reagan Parent gets a nice little jump. Plemons going to have to battle Josh Parrish down to turn number 1.
Looked like Parrish cut the 67 a break there, did not want to battle too early. Plemons is fired out of a cannon down the back straightaway. He's going to dive underneath the 17. Little contact that's going to push him up the racetrack. Now AJ Rogers is up the racetrack. I see Rick Rube spinning. We got chaos everywhere.
Oh my goodness. AJ Rogers flipping down the front straightaway. Cars are driving through him. Chris Roma's caught in it. He was part of the, I guess we won't call it the cause. He was just kind of a innocent bystander. I think the original issue was AJ Rogers got hit from behind by somebody going down into turn number 3. I think is what I saw happen originally. Now AJ Rogers, big damage on the 17. We'll take a look and see what happened here. But I think we were watching that live as AJ got a shot from somebody down into turn number 3. And I think it's James Seawright.
Yeah, it looked like the 8 just he got into the back of the 17. That ends up sending him up the racetrack. He got into Chris Roma. Roma ends up getting into Garrett Pick. Pick ends up in the wall. And then just chaos behind them. His car is just piling in.
You know, there has to be something said, Jeff, for when you get into somebody you can actually see. Oh yeah, see car, don't hit car. That is something we say around here.
Yeah, that is a see car, don't hit car situation.
Just try. I mean, first lap out, you just got to be careful. I mean, everybody, look at the guys avoiding. Holy cow! I'm chuckling. I don't want to say giggling. That's not for guys to do. But look at the mayhem of these all these guys trying to avoid just seeing everything and not seeing, and people just cars everywhere. And then AJ Rogers, just cars coming around, and AJ Rogers just gets slammed into the outside wall because people just, we're not going to stop car flipping.
Yeah, that was not good right there. So this race is off to a bad start right now.
It's a remarkable start, Jeff, but the remarks aren't good. Let's take a look at Reagan Parent here. He sits out here in the lead, enjoying the yellow flags. As long as this keeps happening, there's no way he can get past.
Yeah, and Reagan Parent, yeah, I mean, that caution might have saved him because Aaron Plemons had made some contact. He was up the racetrack, and then that wreck behind them happened. And Bill again, Tanner Carter with another 30 stars. Thank you, Tanner. We do appreciate that a ton.
Is he giving us stars for every wreck he misses?
That might be what's happening.
Yeah. Tanner currently up into the top 10, came out of the B main.
And he's doing what he needs to do, is survive.
Right.
That's
survive
half the
right
game
now.
here on some of these short tracks. Is Reagan Parent going to take us green flag racing again? He's going to leave early this time. Now he is clear, well clear. Here comes Josh Parrish. He's looking for second now on Plemons.
Parrish to the inside of Plemons in the 67. Here comes Parrish in the 55. He'll be to the inside. Zach Onen's got a beat up race car in that 42. Both sides beat in on that car. You can see the fenders all messed up, and he's going to be running in fourth. We finally get a clean lap in, Jeff. There's more mayhem right behind him. Caleb Hall.
Yeah, you spoke too soon. The caution waved right as they
felt like I would,
line.
but I might as well say it, right? I mean, I didn't know what we would see. I think Chase Stewart having issues. No, he's okay in the 40. Let's see if we can see what's going on.
It was John Piet that went around there.
Okay. Figure out what happened to John here in the 5. We go down into turn number. It's turn number 3, guys. John gets a hit from behind.
Yeah, it's Kyle Martinson in the 07. Just got into the back of the 5 of John Piet, turns him around.
Oh, and Caleb Hill in the 1. Clean race car in the 1 car. You'll see right at the end here, the whole right side of that 1 just crumbles. It's clean, no longer clean. Ugh. I think with this group of guys on the Tuesday night series, maybe we should just change the schedule to all road courses.
Well, Bill, Race Control has sent us to single file restarts for the time being. So regardless of whether they complete a lap, we will be single file.
So just a situation where they haven't been able to really complete a lap after a double file restart. I can see where that would be a situation where Race Control would decide it's time to just kind of single it up and try to make some laps.
Yeah, and Bill, I think Tanner Carter might have missed another wreck because we just got 15 more stars, and then 50 from Heather. So Heather, thank you.
And Heather Rittenauer is the Chase Stewart fan there in the 40 car. You know what we can do? We can do a zoomed in shot of the 40 car there. Lonnie's Auto Repair on that car. Jason picked Motorsports.
So Chase currently running 16th. He got turned around on the opening lap, so he's battling his way back to the front.
A little bit of damage on the left side of the number 40 machine. It's a Stewie on the hood. I guess that's a nickname there with Stewart. It makes sense. We haven't been calling him Stewie, Jeff. Pace car has ducked off. Reagan Parent going to bring us back to the green flag once again. He's getting real good at these restarts. He's had quite a few of them.
So here we go, back to green flag racing. Reagan Parent on the loud pedal. He is off and away. Aaron Plemons in second, Josh Parrish third. Zach Oden having a fantastic run. He's sitting fourth right now. Jackson Crowder running in fifth. And going now, Bladen Edwards. He's already up to the sixth spot. Last week's winner is flying through the field.
Bladen trying to make moves in the 72. Checks the field up a little bit. It was either Dunkelberger or Bladen. I think it was Dunkelberger got a little bit sideways off turn 4. Checked up Caleb Hall. That almost backed him into Garrett Pick. Josh Kosick getting really racy back there. He's looking to get around Garrett Pick. They're 2 former winners in the series this season. Single file racing throughout the field.
Battle for the lead.
Find a way to make a move.
Aaron Plemons underneath Reagan Parent. Parent's going to let him go. He's going to try to maybe do the over-under off turn 4. Not going to be close enough. So Aaron Plemons, new leader, as they cross the line on lap 31.
Aaron Plemons has been into the outside wall in that 67 machine as he's got damage on the right front. Reagan Parent looking pretty good, but your pick, Jeff, Aaron Plemons to the point. We saw last night when we talked to Josh Cottle. Actually, it was Cole Cabry that said he took the lead early and wanted to run it high, or at least about 45 laps into the race. And just couldn't do so. So this could be a tire battle. So we've got to be careful we stay green flag racing if Aaron Plemons wants to go out and run away.
Yeah, we heard from Cole last night. He said he burned up the right front tire so early that it really hurt his ability at the end to have anything left. And Alex McCollum, who saved tires at the end, he was flying through cars, or he saved tires in the first about 25 laps of that race. And then he had great tires at the end of the race. So I think he said about 10% better tire wear than everybody else around him.
Zach Onen putting pressure on Josh Parrish. He's got Jackson Crowder behind him putting pressure on Onen.
Yeah, Josh Parrish has got a line of cars behind him. He is leading the train here from third on back, and they're starting to stack up. Now Caleb Hall is spinning in the middle 1 and 2. He is around, and I think Garrett Pick might have got into him, and Garrett bailed after spinning the 05.
Bailed?
Yeah, he is disconnected from the server.
Oh my goodness. Is that an admission of guilt? I don't know.
I think so. I'm just getting a glance at the replay. It looks like he locked up the rear brakes, slid right into the back of the 05, turned him around, and I think he just felt so bad about it. He decided to penalize himself by ending his own race.
Oh! Well, that was interesting. Garrett Pick. Quality race car driver. See, that's how tough this thing is to drive. That's just... Wow. Yes, going down. I mean, he's won in the series, right? He's that quick.
Yeah, winner in the series already. Yeah, actually, he's 3 races with us. He hasn't finished worse than second.
Good look as he goes down. You see the car just kick sideways and Pick just on the brakes. Nothing he can do. Gets in the back of Caleb Hall, turns him around. Bad news for 2 contenders in this race.
So we have also lost Kyle Martinson. He has called it a night after 2 incidents. Brad Carpenter as well. I'm not sure what happened with the 31, but Brad Carpenter is gone now as well. So Garrett Pick's going to end up 24th in this one. Currently 23 cars all on the lead lap, and 23rd place car will be Caleb Hall at this time.
So Jeff, maybe now is a good time to talk about our penalty system.
Yeah, so we do determine who caused the caution. The guy that causes the caution will be going to the rear of the field at each caution. If you end up getting to 2 cautions in a season, you have an EOL start at your next race. If you get to 3 cautions, you are parked for 1 race, so you are not eligible to race that week. And then you get down to 2.
They're cumulative too.
Yeah, it accumulates as we go. So if you cause cautions, you're not going to be in the series very long, or at least not racing regularly.
So we might, beginning of this race, might see some issues. I think Kyle Martinson with the 2 incidents, not sure if he's deemed the cause of those incidents, but just trying to kind of play some damage control, right? So doesn't want to get possibly another one and miss next week.
Yeah, possibly Kyle he's having a bad night, decides that's enough of that. Come back next week, and Aaron Plemons off and away on the restart. He is checked out on Reagan Parent. Josh Parrish in 3rd, Super Zach Onen running 4th, Jackson Crowder in the 5th spot.
Plemons looking really nice on that 67. Regan Parent getting away from Josh Parrish just a little bit. We got really tight racing from third on back. I want to say Parrish is holding up the field, Jeff, but he might be saving tires. We saw what Alex McCollum did last week. It was a good idea just to ride for a while. Or last night, excuse me.
Yeah, and we saw a large invert too, and so, I mean, Josh, he was in that top 5, but maybe some of the guys behind him are firing off a little faster than he is. So this is a situation where right now, if he can hold them back and keep them burning up their tires, I mean, it's just an advantage for him to do what he needs to do to stay up there and take care of the tires. Jackson Crowder, he's trying to get under Zach Onan, that 54 car running the inside. Zach doing a great job of keeping the 54 at bay. He's going to clear him. He's going to hold on to 4th for the time being.
I think there might have been some bumper tag between the 54 and the 42, and I don't think Zach was very excited about it. You saw how tight he ran into 3 and 4. And you see Zach getting really loose in that 42 car.
That's Bladen Edwards, last week's winner in the 72, right behind them. Behind him is the 18 of Ryan Dunkelberger. Then week 1 winner, Josh Kosick, he is running behind that group in the 2 car. And now Zach Onan underneath the 55 of Parrish. Parrish stuck on the outside line, and he's got a train on the inside that's trying to get around him. And Crowder gets into Zach Onan once again. So the 42 sideways, he is trying to defend from Crowder as well. And Crowder going to give him another bump.
If Zach Onan's bumper wasn't black to start, it would be now.
Yeah, Crowder is wearing out the back bumper of that 42 car right now.
Yes, Crowder has hit that back bumper at least 3 or 4 times.
If you're wondering about what's going on out front, it is a 1.4 second lead, now 1.5 second lead for Aaron Plemons. He is checked out on Regan Parent. Regan Parent has a nice about 1.5 second lead over Zach Onan here, and this is that battle with Zach Onan for the 3rd spot. Now, Dunkelberger sideways off 4, he's going to spin. Contact with Chris Roma. Caution's going to wave.
Oh, and I know what they're going to say to Dunkelberger. Lock it down!
Yeah, I think Ryan was trying to save that
Save
game.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and it just, once it got turned back to the right, it just hooked. Came back up the racetrack a little bit.
He got my guy, Jeff. He got my guy.
Yeah, Chris Roma just nowhere to go there in the 83.
And we very possibly have another C car don't hit car situation. Down into turn number 3. Looks like Josh Kosick just got, Dunkelberger for the most part locked it down and then let it roll. And that got him out in front of Roma here. Roma kind of went left and then went back right, and it was too late. You can see down the back straightaway. Doink.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Kosick because he had an EOL to start the night because of 2 previous cautions. He's going to get charged with that one. And as we said, that's 3 cautions, so he's probably going to miss a race, barring a review of that incident.
People have to start thinking about these things.
Kosick coming in tonight, 3rd in points or points leader. He is out front. The guy that was tied with him in the points lead, AJ Rogers, he has got a ton of damage on that car. He is currently running 16th. You saw AJ in that big wreck on the front straightaway earlier. So this is an opportunity right now for Aaron Plemons to open up the gap at the top of the standings. They were tied coming into tonight, and Aaron, he has a really good chance of walking away with the points lead right here.
But Jeff, this the penalty system is in place for a reason, and it is to stop people from running into other cars. And if you do run into other cars, you get to sit out a week. And that could have, in a situation where you've accumulated a lot of points, it is pretty harsh. And you could basically miss an opportunity to win a championship here in the Late Model Challenger Series just by fairly innocent bumps, but we just don't want you to ruin other people's races.
Yeah, and it's what we have to do to kind of keep the racing clean and avoid these things turning into just absolute caution fest all the time. And pace cars off the racetrack. Aaron Plemons taking his green flag racing. Another fantastic start for Plemons. He's going to leave Reagan Parent sitting behind there. Now, Reagan, he is under pressure from Zach Onen, who has also got the 54. Jackson Crowder bearing down on him. So the battle is already on for those second through fourth positions.
Yeah, Jackson Crowder definitely wants by the 42. Zach Onen doing a fantastic job. He does not want to give him the opportunity because Bladen Edwards is there as well. So Onen wants to get to the 17 car, make a move on him, and then see what happens. But Crowder definitely in a hurry in the 54.
When Crowder is now starting to feel the pressure from Bladen Edwards as well in that 72. So Bladen is there knocking on the door. So maybe Crowder sees that purple or that pink machine behind him and thinks it might be time to start going.
The good news is anybody in the top 5 there liking the fact that there's a gap back to Josh Parrish. So if you do get up the racetrack and a guy goes by you, you can slide back to 5th and just kind of hang out as we see Jackson Crowder starting to make the move now. Zach Onen closes the door down into turn number 3, and Crowder might get back into the bumper of the 42. It's been quite a few times that Crowder's thought, I think I need to move this guy.
Yeah, Crowder really been working in the back bumper of the 42 since the get-go here in this race. Still trying to get underneath Zach Onen. He might have an opportunity here off turn 4. The 42 just inches forward just enough. He's going to try to shut the door, but Crowder is there now.
Crowder to the inside down the back straightaway. You'll see those brakes heat up down into turn number 3. Crowder to the inside. Here comes Bladen Edwards. I think Zach Onen right now needs to run damage control and just drop behind the 72 and fall in front of that 55 car before the 55 has an opportunity. He'll do that, so move Onen back to 5th, Crowder up to 3rd.
Yeah, Aaron Plemons is checked out front. Reagan Parent 2nd. Jackson Crowder now up to 3rd. Bladen Edwards 4th. Zach Onen 5th. Now you have Josh Parrish sitting in the 6th position. Chris Roma 7th. Tanner Carter now up into the 8th spot. Behind them, you have Willie Howell sitting in 9th. Rick Rube having a top 10 run right now. Behind him, Chase Stewart. He's working his way back forward after getting spun on lap 1.
Tanner Carter looking to make a move on Chris Roma. Roma with a big damage race car, that orange number 83. Here comes Tanner Carter to the inside. Roma pinches him down through 3 and 4. Carter down on the inside of the front straightaway. He's going to make the move through 1 and 2 side by side. They'll enter the backstretch side by side.
Tanner Carter pulling ahead of the 83 of Roma. Roma not giving up on the outside line. Unfortunately, they're starting to stack up on the inside. Here comes Willie Howells. Now that Carter is clear, Willie Howell's going to try to take a spot away from Chris Roma.
Roma in the sucker hole on the outside. Here comes Rick Rube in the 81. He'll look to make the move through 3 and 4. There's Chase Stewart in the 40. Stewie in the 40 making his way forward. Caution, it waves. Figure out where we have a problem on the racetrack. I can see everything but turn 3, Jeff. That might be where we had a problem.
Yeah, it started in turn 3 with JJ Chansey got turned around. He ended up sitting kind of sideways on the racetrack, and then he got popped by Caleb Hall as Caleb was trying to work his way around.
I did notice JJ Chansey, when we were running in Milwaukee, he had some connection issues. I did notice that was continuing just a little bit ago. But, oh, Chansey got into the back of Elliot Carlson. That's kind of where that started, is he hit Elliot Carlson down the back, well, going into turn number 3, got himself a little bit sideways, and then Seawright kind of missed the corner there.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell what might have happened there with the 8 because there was the contact in front of them. The 2 did slow up very abruptly because of the contact.
True. But Seawright definitely missed the corner.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think in this case, I'm looking at the speeds here on the telemetry, and JJ was doing about 100 miles an hour when he hit Elliot Carlson. He slowed up to about 60 miles an hour in the matter of 1 second. So I think from Seawright's perspective, there's not a lot he could do in that situation.
Couldn't stop. Finally had a little bit of green flag racing there. Guys able to make some passes. Jackson Crowder moving forward in the 54. We saw that battle with him and Zach Onen. Bladen Edwards was a beneficiary of that tussle. Josh Parrish still running around in that 6th spot. Tanner Carter moved his car up to 7th as he got underneath Chris Roma. That moved Roma up the racetrack. Willie Howells moved up to 8th. Rick Rube up to 9th. And Roma fell back to 10th. Was kind of saved by that yellow flag, Jeff. As Stewie there in the 40, he was coming. He's going to try to jump into the top 10, but wasn't able to make the move because of the yellow.
So, Bill, I believe Tanner Carter missed another wreck because we just got 15 more stars from him. Actually, make that 30 more stars from Tanner Carter. So he hits us again. Thank you, Tanner. And Tanner Carter having a heck of a run. He's already up into the 7th position. He started 23rd tonight. Bladen Edwards, he started 21st. So that hard charger award, man, there is some guys making a case for it right now. A lot of them started deep in this one, are running now in the top 10. So here we go. Pace car is back off the racetrack. Aaron Plemons, Reagan Parent going to take us green flag racing. Jackson Crowder, he's going to try to take over second here. His Parent stuck up on the outside line. Here comes Crowder. He's looking for second. Bladen Edwards, he's trying to take him 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Zach Oden looked to the inside of that group. He wasn't able to make the move, but here comes Bladen Edwards to the inside of Parent. He's going to make the move down the front straightaway just a little bit farther back. Here comes Willie Howes in the 19 car. He's going to go underneath Josh Parrish. The guys on the outside, that group, a few of them still stuck to the outside. You can see Chris Roma back there. He's caught on the outside as well.
Rick Rube is getting turned in the middle of turn 3, is up the racetrack, and that is going to bring out another caution here on lap 74.
Take a look and see what happened in the ravishing one.
Just a big stack up going into turn 3.
Oh my goodness. Everybody tried to fit into a smaller hole than was available. I think Rick's just fine. G. Stewart just gets in the right rear and right rear hooks him to the outside wall.
Yeah, Rick checked up for Josh Parrish, and he gave the 55 room going down into turn 3 to get in line, and then Rick kind of got used up there.
Well, you can't do that. I'm thinking the 40 has to go to the outside or get on the brakes there. You can't just, well, C-car don't hit car there. Jeff, we got a notification. Doug Heveron, the young one, watching the broadcast tonight.
Haven't seen Doug around in a while. He used to be a regular racing with us.
That's right. Ran some of the super speedway series.
Tanner Carter continuing to send the stars. Tanner, thank you so much. He is where is he on the racetrack now?
He's in 6th, Jeff.
6th place, yeah.
I don't know if he thinks that sending us stars makes his car any faster, but it's very possible.
It seems to be working, so I wouldn't stop doing it.
That's right. Tanner having, I believe, his best race of the season in that 15 car. Came out of the B main, he's all the way up to 6, so fantastic drive for the 15 driver.
So out front, still Aaron Plemons. Jackson Crowder got up to 2nd before that caution wave. Bladen Edwards 3rd. Reagan Parent, he fell back to 4th. Gonna restart on the outside again. I don't think he's looking forward to that one. Zach Oden 5th. Tanner Carter 6th. Willie Howes running 7th. James Seawright, Josh Parrish is running 7th. Willie Howes 8th. James Seawright now up to 9th. Caleb Hall back up into the 10th spot. We saw Caleb get turned around earlier in this race. So back up into the top 10 for the 05. Aaron Plemons going to take us back to green flag racing here at the Bullring. And he is off and away. Jackson Crowder, he's going to try to get down in front of Bladen Edwards. He can. So the top 3 car single file. The battle is on for 4th. See Chris Roma up the racetrack in turn 1 and 2. We're going to stay green flag racing. Roma is off the pace.
Roma looks like he got big damage on the left front. That left front fender's pushed in a whole lot more than it was before. So he might have gotten contact from the car underneath him, but they kind of sorted out. But Roma falls all the way back to the 20th spot. Jump back forward to the front. They've sorted it out just a little bit. First battle on the racetrack, Zach Oden and Regan Parent. They're still side by side.
Yeah, Parent not giving up on the outside line. He is making the 42 of Zach Oden really work for it here. Willie Howes is lined up behind Zach Oden. He's just waiting to see which one of these lines will move forward. And it looks like the 42 is finally going to clear it, and Willie Howes just not close enough. Ooh, got into the back of Onan. Onan's going to spin, saves it. We're still green flag racing.
But the whole field is catching up. We're almost 4 wide going down into turn number 3. This probably isn't going to be good. Tanner Carter caught on the outside of the 15 car. They come off at turn number 4. They're still 3 wide. Carter thought better of it. He backed off, and now landed as Huffman's going to shove it into the middle. Here comes JJ Chansey, and Tanner Carter, he's in trouble as he's heading towards the back.
Oh, we are now 4 wide in the middle of 3 and 4. This is just absolute nuts. Ryan Dunkelberger off the pace. Now he's going to spin to the infield. Again, they're still 3 wide in the middle of this field.
Holy cow, how we haven't wrecked yet, I have no idea. I think Tanner Carter probably paid off the flagman at this point, but he has fallen way back as he's back to 16th in the 15. Up front once again, we'll go back to Aaron Plemons. Check on him very quickly, but we'll jump back into the middle of this field as we continue to see battling.
Look at James Seawright now. He is underneath Willie Howells. He kind of sends it off into turn 1 to get in front of the 19. He brings along the 05 of Caleb Hall. Hall going to take a peek underneath Seawright. He's going to shut the door on the 05.
I actually thought to myself, is that Caleb Hall? We saw him backwards not that many laps ago.
Yeah, Caleb already up into the 6th position. Now Seawright up to 5th. Reagan Parent running 4th. Bladen Edwards sitting 3rd. Jackson Crowder 2nd. Aaron Plemons still your leader. He's kind of checked out on Crowder. It is about 0.8 of a second lead now back to the 54 of Crowder. The top 3 spread out. Reagan Parent, he is kind of running on the racetrack all by himself. So the battles begin right around this 5th spot with James Seawright.
Chase Stewart just made a move on JJ Chansey. Moved Stewart back up to the 12th spot. See Rick Rude towards the back of the field. He's making a move. He's underneath John Piet in the 5. Move Rick Rube up to the 21st position. Here comes Ryan Dunkelberger. We saw him sideways in the middle of the field. Didn't bring out a yellow. He ended up on the apron on the front straightaway. He's trying to make his way back forward.
It's a little different than last night, where the race last night started off with a green flag racing and then some cautions towards the end. This thing is starting to spread itself out here late into this run. 92 laps completed right now, and now things starting to spread out. We're getting some green flag racing here late.
Craig Tully to the inside of Josh Parrish. That's a battle for the 9th spot. Move Tully to 9th. Josh Parrish up the racetrack. Here comes Josh Kosick in the 2. He'll try to make the move on Parrish as well, and he'll try to tow Chase Stewart. Yeah,
Chase Stewart trying to work his way back forward after a penalty just a little bit ago as he works around the 55 of Josh Parrish. Parrish stuck on the outside, and we've seen that all week here at this racetrack. Once you get up the racetrack, you're just kind of the victim of everybody who lines up on the inside line, and you just kind of let the train by and tag the end of the row.
Yeah, this place is notorious and probably one of the worst racetracks from the bottom. Just being extremely dominant. You can do nothing on the top side. So once you get somebody underneath you, you just kind of have to ride until you get an opportunity to get down.
Well, Bladen Edwards has gotten around Jackson Crowder for the 2nd spot. The gap is 1.8 seconds between Edwards and Aaron Plemons now. Your race leader Plemons out front nearly 2 seconds. Actually makes it 2 seconds that time by. So Bladen's got his work cut out for him here as we start lap 97. About 53 laps to go in this one. Bladen has got a big deficit to make up.
Take a look at your full field shot from the starter cam. See Kosick making a move under Tully off of turn 4. You see the field cycling through. We'll take a look at that battle between Kosick and Tully. Move Kosick through. So he'll jump up to that 9th spot. Craig Tully back to 10th. Chase Stewart wasn't able to follow through. Here comes A.J. Rogers in the 17, and there's Parrish in the 55.
Aaron Plemons is starting to see lap traffic in front of him. This field getting so spread out, he is starting to hit lap traffic. I also seen a battle here with Tanner Carter and JJ Chansey. And that is around, I believe, the 15th position for JJ Chansey. Carter took a peek underneath him going into 3, was not able to get there in time. So JJ Chansey going to hold on to 15th.
Carter had a really clean race car when he was up running 6th about 20 laps ago, but on that restart just got bumped to the outside. There was absolute mayhem. He fell back 10 positions all the way back to the 16th spot. He's trying to make his way forward, but the right side of that car, big damage on the 15.
Reagan Parent is under attack now from James Seawright. Seawright has closed in on the 17. This is a battle for 4th on the racetrack, and Reagan going to have to start getting a little bit more protective of the inside line because Seawright has closed the gap.
Seawright doing a nice job in the 8 as he's trying to get to Reagan Parent. Both of those are RKM cars. You can see that logo. They share that logo. So these guys, teammates, Jeff. So they're battling inside the top 5.
Yeah, Seawright trying to set up the 17. The 17 doing a great job of keeping that thing pinned to the bottom, not giving up anything on the inside line. And if Seawright wants the position, he's going to have to find a way around Reagan Parent. Aaron Plemons now in heavy lap traffic. He has put John Piet down a lap. Now he's working on Ryan Dunkelberger. Dunkelberger, he is trying to move forward. Remember, he got spun a little bit ago. Now he's going to move up the racetrack. Here comes Plemons up the inside.
Dunkelberger running in the 22nd position. It looked like Dunkelberger was going to let him go, but then said, no, I don't want to go a lap down.
And I think Ryan Dunkelberger is just praying for a yellow right now and wants to stay on the lead lap. It just doesn't want to see the 67 get around him, so I think he's just trying to keep it in front as long as he can and hope for a yellow, but this is going to be cutting into the lead for Aaron Plemons as Bladen Edwards is running clean racetrack right now.
Plemons is picking him up and laying him down right now as he's gone basically. He's got an 8-second lead. Actually, not making it 8-second, 2.3 second lead. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong score sheet. But 2.3 second lead on Bladen Edwards. You can see Bladen in the background there in that pink car. He just barely comes into your screen as Aaron Plemons is on the back straightaway. So Plemons doesn't really need to force the issue right now with these lap cars as Bladen Edwards is not able to make up a whole lot of time.
Yeah, Plemons, that lead has dropped to about 2.3 seconds, but not enough for Plemons to really be concerned with. He's still making great laps. Dunkelberger was fast. He was running in the top 10 at one point tonight, so that 18 car's got some speed, so I don't think Plemons really wants to force the issue here. He's content to just ride behind Ryan and maintain that gap he's got back to Bladen Edwards.
Yeah, Rick Rube as well. He has had some speed all night long. He was up in the top 10. He ended up being caught in an incident in that 81 car.
Little battle between Tanner Carter and Landon S. Huffman. This is for the 15th position between these two.
Side by side down the front straightaway. Tanner Carter in that preferred line. Elliot Carlson, the Joker, he's going to try to make a move as well. Whoa, Elliot got way up the racetrack. Almost got to the inside of the left rear of Landon S. Huffman.
Yeah, that would be a little scary moment for Elliott. I'm sure he didn't mean to get that high up the racetrack. He's trying to keep the 84 from being able to get in line, and I think he's trying to dive that thing off into the corner, make sure the 84 can't pull down. Unfortunately, might have killed his speed coming down the back straightaway. No, he gets there just in time, so he's going to keep that 84 stuck on the outside line.
Ooh, you see Landon Huffman getting really sideways onto the front straightaway, and he's sideways into turn 1. The 84 will walk up the racetrack. Here comes Caleb Hill in the 1.
Now your leader, Aaron Plemons, is right behind this pack. He is now getting underneath Ryan Dunkelberger, and he is right behind this group. So these guys are racing very hard right in front of your race leader. Now contact with Roma. Landon Huffman's going to spin. You saw your leader go by right as Huffman spun out, and the caution's going to wave.
Holy cow. Darn. That was about to be fun, Jeff.
Yeah, that was getting pretty close there, and Bladen Edwards was starting to make gains because the cars in front of Plemons were just double file throughout the field.
Take a look and see what happens to Landon S. Huffman. Oh my goodness! Chris Roma just, well, looks like he kind of misses the corner here. It's like a late entry. He gets into the pack at Caleb Hill and Landon S. Huffman at the same time.
Yeah, almost like he went bowling a little bit there. He got a 2-for-1. Ended up getting it back at Caleb Hill. Hill was able to save it. Landon not as lucky. Got up the racetrack into the marbles, and that thing went around. But Chris Roma, just a little bit of contact there.
A little bit of spatial awareness issue. We've talked about that before. And I think he got a little bit of netcode help from the 84, but I think that was because of all the contact that was happening.
Well, Bill, we got another 15 stars from Tanner Carter, and he said, wish me luck this time. So I don't know as announcers were allowed to do that.
I don't think we are, no.
Tanner Carter currently running 15th. So we're going to look at the running order completely here. Aaron Plemons, Bladen Edwards, Jackson Crowder, James Seawright up into that 4th spot. Was able to get around Reagan Parent right before that caution. Reagan Parent sitting 5th. Caleb Hall 6th. Zach Oden, Josh Cossack, Craig Tolley, Chase Stewart, your top 10 runners. AJ Rogers currently running 11th. Josh Parrish, Willie Howells, JJ Chansey, Tanner Carter, your top 15. Elliot Carlson running 16th. Caleb W. Hill, Zachary Bache, Rick Rube, John Piet, your top 20. Chris Roma going to go to the rear of the field for that contact there. So he is currently running 21st. Last car in the lead lap. And I believe Dunkelberger is going to get a lap back here. But he is stopped on the racetrack. So I'm not sure what just happened there. I thought Dunkelberger would have been in position to get the lucky dog, but perhaps there might have been a little contact as he went through that wreck, and it might have taken that lucky dog away from him. Another 15 stars said, "You're all sending stars, and you can't wish me luck." I'm just gonna say, good luck, Tanner.
Yeah, good
Carter.
luck, Tanner.
He's currently running 15.
Right. Good call, Tanner. Make it happen, buddy.
So here we go. Aaron Plemons, Bladen Edwards now on that front row going green. No, the 17 of Reagan is spinning.
Oh, Caleb Hall is crashing. Oh my goodness, all kinds of mayhem down the front straightaway.
Reagan Parent, it just, as soon as he picked up the throttle, it just snapped sideways on him. And man, that's heartbreaking. He was having a fantastic run in the top 5.
Oh. And I think that car might be crab walking as well now, Jeff. That not good for the 17 driver. Let's take a look and see what happened to him.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for Caleb Hall as well in the 05. He has had such a rough season. Every time he has a good run going, he just gets caught up in something. And again, the 17 Reagan Parent, as soon as he picked up the throttle, that thing jumped sideways, and he collects the 05 of Caleb Hall. Caleb just in the wrong place at the wrong time constantly this season.
Oh, Chase Stewart got caught in that. Elliot Carlson as well.
Zach Oden did a great job to minimize the damage he got there. He got a little bit of contact with the 17, but able to hold on to that position. Now, we can confirm Ryan Dunkelberger did get the wave by this time, so he is back on the lead lap in the 22nd position.
That's what it looks like when a car peers on your hood, basically. We watched that from the inside of Elliot Carlson, Jeff.
Ooh, yeah, he never even saw that one coming there until it was too late.
Yeah, that one hurt your noggin just a little bit. We'll take a last look here at the in-car of Reagan Parent. So we just jumped a little ahead there. We'll probably hear him spin the tires here.
So Bill, this will set us up for a single file restart this time. Another 15 stars from Tanner Carter.
He says, "Let's go."
Let's go. And it is go time now. We are within 25 to go in this one. Pace car lights are out. We're going to have a single file restart. Aaron Plemons, Bladen Edwards, James Seawright, Jackson Crowder, Josh Cossack. Cossack went to the rear of the field early on in this one. He is already back up to 5th. Ahead of Zach Oden, Chase Stewart, Josh Parrish, Craig Tolley, AJ Rogers, who was upside down at one point in this one. He is running 10th, so way to battle back for some of these guys.
Clemens on the loud pedal. He'll now have Bladen Edwards on his back bumper. Let's see if Bladen can do anything now that they're mano a mano out front. James Seawright is there as well. Here comes Jackson Crowder. Single file down into turn number 3. Bladen Edwards got pretty close to your leader. Is this going to be a battle for the lead?
Yeah, here we go. Bladen Edwards now. That caution just brought him right to the 67 of Aaron Plemons. Now he's putting on the pressure. But we're going to start lap 129, 130 when they cross the line. So time is starting to tick away. And Bladen Edwards, he has turned up the heat.
He is right there. He's getting to the corner a little better than Plemons. Through the center, though, Plemons beating him off the corner. Gains about a car length down the back straightaway. You can see Bladen trying to find a way to get the run. Now Plemons 2 car length lead as they hit the stripe.
Yeah, Bladen Edwards tried something a little different there in the middle of the 3 and 4. Didn't quite work out. He lost a little ground. So, you know, just something to put in the back of the mind. You know, that didn't work. So he's just going to keep searching, trying to figure out a way he can set up the 67 car and get around.
Well, right now, the 67 is driving away just a little bit. Bladen Edwards trying to find a line that he can make up ground. It's not happening. It's James C. right now putting pressure on the back of Bladen Edwards.
Josh Kosick sideways off turn 4. He was battling with Jackson Crowder, and now the 2 car, he lost some ground there as he got sideways, got into the wall down the front straightaway, is still in 5th position. So the 2 car, a little damage there onto the right side of that car. And I don't think it's going to hurt him too much, but definitely got to be careful because that thing looks loose now.
Working under 20 laps to go, almost 15 laps to go, as we'll hit 16 to go as we hit the stripe. So these guys, not much time left, and you're watching Plemons drive away from Bladen Edwards. Bladen Edwards needs to hunker down and try to find some speed.
Yeah, Plemons a little bit quicker that last time by about a 1/10 of a second. So he's starting to open up that gap over Bladen Edwards, and Edwards has got the pressure from James C. right now, and that's not going to help Bladen as he tries to reel in the 67 car. Jackson Crowder as well, his car has started to look like it's gotten loose now over the last couple laps. So I think tires are really starting to fade for some of these guys, especially when they're trying to pick up the power coming off the corners here.
Bladen Edwards.
Contact with the 8 of C-Right. That is going to slow the field down, and now caution for something further back in the field. I see Craig Tolley around in the 50 car.
Looks like he might have gotten help as well. As he checked up big time, trying not to hit Josh Parrish. And AJ Rogers got in there and got into the back of the 50 car.
Yeah, kind of a weird situation there. The 50, he got up the racetrack, kind of, that car twitched a little bit. I think you called it. I think he jammed on the brakes because of Parrish slowing down. Maybe Parrish saw what was going on in front of them. And AJ he gets in there and gets in the back of the 50.
Well, that's just interesting. I mean, AJ gained a lot of ground going down into turn number 3. Everybody else behind him doing a pretty good job not getting involved in that accident. Take a look at it from inside AJ's car. It's hard to tell why he closed so quickly.
Yeah, just looking at the speeds, the telemetry in the middle of the corner, everybody carrying about 60 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, center of the corner. Craig Tolley was down to about 50, about 55 miles an hour. I think he just, something happened in the center of the corner. He checked up.
I agree. Watching it from AJ's car, it doesn't seem like AJ gains that much, really get there. It's just that the 50 slows down so much.
And Tolley tried to chase that thing up the racetrack, and it's kind of a weird situation there.
So this is going to set up a dash here, basically. Less than 10 laps are going to be remaining in this race. Lights are still on the pace car. So we are working 9 to go.
So looking at the Facebook chat, James here cheering for Aaron Plemons, who's out front, said that's his favorite driver. My dad in the house now cheering for Tanner and Super Zach, and Tanner Carter, another 15 stars. Oh, my dad sent us 30 stars as well.
Wow,
and then Tanner Carter just hit us with 15 again. Says his hood does not like him.
Well, let's take a look at Tanner's hood. Tanner gets an opportunity.
What's on the hood of that car?
Tanner gets an opportunity to. It says LMI TH Motorsports. Maybe I think he's been beating on it. Is what he's trying to tell us.
Yeah. But I think Tanner Carter at this point is the biggest sponsor in ITZR history, right?
That's right, yeah. At least during a race while you're driving it.
Base car heading off the racetrack. Aaron Clements, Bladen Edwards. Again, this is down to a shootout now. Double file restart. Here we go. Aaron Clements going to leave a little early. Caught Bladen Edwards napping.
Seawright's going to be to the inside down into turn number 2. Bladen Edwards now under fire from Josh Kosick. Kosick moving up in the number 2 machine. Here comes Jackson Crowder. And ooh, Kosick might have gotten into left rear Bladen Edwards. That's going to put him to the inside through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Bladen tried to shut the door, and Kosick said, no way. He is going for that spot. Now he's going to get turned, going into 1, saves it. We are still racing 3 wide off turn 2.
Holy cow. Now Kosick sideways. Chase Stewart's going to get into him. And now Kosick's going to be backwards.
But I think the caution was already out for another incident further back. So I think Kosick might get his spot back there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there was something going on in turn 1 between Caleb W. Hill and Caleb Hall. And I think that's what triggered the caution. The Kosick spin came just after the yellow waved.
You said Caleb Hill. He is up outside of the, well, he just moved up the racetrack. I think maybe, boy, Jeff, Kosick is going to be kissing his lucky rabbit's foot tonight.
Yeah, that caution came at the perfect time for the 2.
No, Caleb Hill super sideways. And yeah, just kind of cuts down onto Hall. And then nowhere for Craig Tully to go. Going down into turn number 1, Hall was down there. They just made contact entering turn number 1. Yeah, I just don't think Caleb Hill, he was sideways off of turn number 4 and just didn't realize there was a car inside of him. Just drove down to the bottom, kind of turned himself off of the nose of Caleb Hall.
Well, I got to catch up on the chat. Chase Johnson in here. He's going with Aaron Plemons to win this. He thinks everybody else has burned up the tires. Dale here says nobody's got anything for Plemons. I believe James agrees. Tanner Carter wants to know, how do you sponsor a race? We'll have to reach out to him about that. Availability is very slim because last season our sponsorships for the races went very, very quickly. So we'll reach out to him about that, but it is $20 and gets you a whole week's both races for $20. And maybe if we have some openings for next season, we can reach out to some people. If you're interested, you can always message us on Facebook. And Bill, maybe it's time to up the schedule from 12 races to 13, I guess, if people want to keep sponsoring them.
No. But Jeff, you know what this brings us?
We are in green-white checker territory now. 3 green-white checkers, if needed. We hope that they're not needed, but this is going to set us up for a wild one because now it's Plemons, James Seawright. We're going to see Seawright on the front row for the first time. Jackson Crowder, Bladen Edwards now in that second row.
Well, this one's going to get really exciting. Can Seawright do anything from the top side? We've not seen anybody be able to do anything with Aaron Plemons. Plemons going to get a nice restart. Seawright going to try to find his way down, and he's going to get sideways off of 4 and spin down the front straightaway.
Seawright spins coming to the green, and man, we just saw it a moment ago with Reagan Parent, and now the 8, as soon as he picked up the throttle, he just grabbed a little too much throttle too quickly, and around goes Seawright. It's got to be an absolute heartbreaker for the 8 because he battled his way back to the front tonight and, man, loses it on the green-white checkered.
Well, Drew Brown wants to know about sponsoring a race as well, Jeff. So make sure you like and follow the page, you guys, if you want to see when we post about when you can sponsor a race. When the new season starts is when we accept sponsorship opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Message us on Facebook so we can keep in contact with you. We'll have your contact information. Again, Tanner Carter with another 15 stars. And as long as these cautions keep coming, we're going to keep making some money here on Facebook, Bill.
Well, I mean, you do have some abilities, Jeff. No, I'm just kidding. Well, we're taking a look at the spin here from James Seawright. Just, you can see it. Jeff, we have a song that we like to sing, but my heart's too broken for the 8 car.
Yeah, that's just brutal right there. James he got a great restart. He was right there with Plemons, and they had a gap, and I think he went down the racetrack to get into that hole. and he was just under power, and that thing just turned around on him. He was in a perfect position there, had a spot to get back in line, and just a little too much throttle.
Oh, heartbreak for the 8 car.
Well, now the second position belongs to Jackson Crowder, so let's see if Crowder has anything for Aaron Plemons. This will be a single file restart because they did not complete a lap.
Aaron Plemons and Jackson Crowder like that. Guys like Bladen Edwards, Josh Parrish, and Tanner Carter do not.
Yeah, even if your Chase Stewart was going to restart fourth on a green-white checkered, I'd rather have single file. Josh Parrish, again, having another fantastic run. He did this at Nashville where he just kind of hung around. He kept that car clean, and he ended up with a top 3 in the season opener. And look at it again. That 55 car looks perfect.
And he's been kind of in the middle of it, too. So he's done a great job in that 55.
All that beating and baiting tonight, and that 55 car is clean and in the top 5 again. So pace car lights are out. We are getting ready to go single file, our second attempt at a green-white checkered. Green flag is waving. Aaron Plemons trying to take off, get ahead of Jackson Crowder. Crowder gonna hang with him. He's gonna be there going into turn 1, maybe about a car length back to the 67. He's gonna need to dive it off hard into 3 if he wants a chance.
Trying to get to the back bumper. Here comes Jackson Crowder. Just wants to get an opportunity to get to Aaron Plemons, but Plemons perfect off of turn number 4, dives down into turn number 1. Jackson Crowder still looking for that shot and just can't get there through 1 and 2.
Down the back straightaway on the white flag lap. Aaron Plemons looking strong. Crowder not even close. Off turn 4, Aaron Plemons going to win his first ever ITZR race with the Steeler Motorsports 150.
Aaron Plemons makes it happen. Your pick, Jeff, dominates tonight. Got to the lead and just never looked back in the 67 car.
Yeah, your points leader has been so strong this season. Every single track we throw at him, the speedways, the road courses, and then we come back to the short tracks, and he finally picks up his first win. Aaron Plemons making a strong case for why he needs to be racing on Monday nights because he has got a lot of speed.
There's no question about that.
So looking at the order, Aaron Plemons, Jackson Crowder, Bladen Edwards, Chase Stewart, Josh Parrish going to come home 5th, Zach Onen 6th, Tanner Carter 7th from 23rd tonight. Heck of a drive for Tanner Carter. AJ Rogers, he recovered. He had a bad night. He recovers to finish 8th. Willie Howell's 9th. Elliott Carlson with a top 10 finish. Josh Kosick finishes 11th. JJ Chansey, Caleb Hall, Rick Rube, and Zachary Bache, your top 15.
John Piette will finish 16th. Nice run for John in the 5. Chris Roma falls back to 17th at the end. Craig Tully 18th. Landon S. Huffman 19th. Caleb Hill 20th. James C. Wright, we saw that spin late. He finishes 21st. Brad Carpenter 22nd. Ryan Dunkelberger 23rd. Regan Parent 24th. Garrett Pick 25th. And Kyle Martinson rounds out your field in 26th position.
Well, we're going to get a chance to talk to Aaron Plemons. And Aaron, really just a dominating win tonight. You got out front early. What was your game plan going into this? It's a 150-lap race. Were you just trying to get out front early, or was tire management something to be concerned about?
Yeah, I was just trying to get to the front as fast as I could. I know I had a very good car. I don't know. I screw up qualifying a lot in this series. If I qualified as good as I have race pace, I'd talk to you guys a lot more. But I know if I just got out front, it'd be very hard to get by me.
So, Aaron, clearly Las Vegas, the Bullring, is a track that you are familiar with and very comfortable with, as you pretty much put a whooping on these guys tonight. That long run, you were gone. Is this a place you're really familiar with, really good at, or did you feel like you had a really good shot to win this race tonight?
Yeah, I whenever it's super late models go or anything goes here in official, I'm usually pretty good here. I like the easy and hard out kind of tracks. I just knew this was going to be a great shot for me to win and extend my point lead.
Well, Aaron, now you have one of those wins. It's an important 1 point bonus once we get to the playoffs. And now going into the rest of the season, you got to feel pretty comfortable about making it into the top 8 and making it into the playoffs. So what is your game plan here from here on out?
Just stay consistent. Try to get my qualifying better. I don't know why I suck at that so much, but try to get better at qualifying, keep finishing in the top 5, and hopefully I'll be in that top 8.
Well, Aaron, we go right from the Bullring to Hickory next week. How do you feel about the little historic track there in North Carolina? Very similar, small racetrack. Do you think you're gonna have a shot to double up next week at Hickory?
I sure hope so. I don't. I think I'm pretty good there as well. I don't know how exactly good I am, but we'll see how I line up against these guys and watch the Pro Series on Monday. See what they do, so I can convert it to Tuesday. See if we have a shot at a win.
Well, Aaron, we talk about this being the development series for those drivers coming into Monday, and we just mentioned, I mean, you're making yourself a good case for why you should be racing on Monday. Is there any interest for you to move up into the Monday night series and be doing double duty for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I would like to try it. I mean, those guys are pretty good. My buddy Blaze runs it every week, so it'll be very cool to race with him and see how I line up against those guys and try to use it for practice for Tuesday to finish out.
Well, you've put the season together so far, Aaron. So we do it every time we talk to somebody after one of these races. We want to we know how difficult it is to learn how to drive this race car, and you usually get a lot of tips from a lot of people. So who do you want to give a shout out tonight that's helped you get to this point?
There's all my guys at BHR. We were a pretty good short track team. Josh Gossick, he's on it. He had a very good run today. Got sent to the back a couple times, still ran up front. So just shows how good we are, and we like to help each other out. And yeah, BHR.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations, your first ITZR win. It only took you about 5 starts to do it, and that's pretty impressive here.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So now our second place finisher, Jackson Crowder, going to join us. And Jackson, you guys were having a pretty fun battle there behind Aaron Plemons. Did you feel like you guys racing each other, you, Bladen, and James Seawright, was maybe costing you a chance to battle with Aaron a little bit?
I mean, low key, I think we were all just we knew Plemons had the race won. He was better than all of us. That long run, I was struggling really bad, just missing corners, just driving terrible. I mean, Plemons definitely was the best one tonight. I think we all kind of knew that, but we also knew if one of us could have just got the lead that with all them restarts. I mean, you can't do a whole lot in 2 laps, especially if you get like the restart jump. So I think we were all just really trying to one of us at least get Plemons. I know Blaine had said earlier in the race he let me down, and he did. I don't know if he would have been there at the end, but I think we were all just kind of trying to get that lead right there.
Well, good second place run, Jackson. A lot of yellows early in the race, but about midway we started to settle it out a little bit. Was it fun trying to drive through the field? I mean, you had a lot of battles early, well, pretty much through the whole race. We were watching you quite a bit. You did a lot of you made a lot of nice moves. Was it fun trying to get through the field in the top five tonight?
Yeah, it was pretty fun there early on. Like I said, that long run I kind of struggled just personally, just missing corners and not driving right. So that got kind of frustrating. But other than that, I mean, I thought the restarts where it would go 10 or 15 laps or so, it felt like maybe it wasn't quite that long, but those were pretty fun. But that long green flag run, or however many laps it was, I was just kind of struggling myself. But
Well, Jackson, we want to give you a chance to thank all the people you need to thank. I don't see any names or sponsors on the side of that car, but I
Completely
gotta
blank
imagine,
car. Blank
I
car.
gotta imagine there's somebody out there, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm more in the NASCAR stuff, the Road to Pro stuff. I kind of just run this with some buddies. I used to run the short track stuff a lot, but I really haven't run it since the new Super came out. So I just kind of doing it for fun. Hoping to get to the Monday night deal. Fortunately, haven't made them all the races or had the best luck in all of them, but yeah, I just had a buddy throw some numbers on it like an hour before the first race, and it showed up a couple times.
It looks like a
So-
brand new car right off the trailer, right?
oh yeah, I gotta thank Timmy Holmes for the awesome thing. The thing looks amazing.
So next week Hickory. How do you feel about running that track? Very similar to the Bullring.
Oh, I like Hickory. The Bullring, I think I've ran one seed shooter race here before, and other than that, I had like 10 minutes of practice. So I feel good about the Bullring though. I mean Hickory, I like that place.
All right, Jackson. Well, we look forward to seeing you back next week. Your results keep improving here. We haven't seen much of you, but it seems that every time you're getting closer and closer to the front, and now there's only one more spot to go.
Yeah, the first 2 races I started in the dang B main, both of them, but I mean I drove up top five. I felt like mostly on speed in both of them. Nashville, I won all the practices. Just I kind of screwed myself into Nashville. I think I was running third and got myself a restart penalty. I just didn't know the league rules really was my first race, but I feel like I've been fast, just haven't had the luck or been starting the dang B mains. I keep messing up qualifying. Tonight was the first time I did it, so
All right, man. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we'll see you next week.
All right, I appreciate it.
So joining us, our third place finisher, Bladen Edwards. Bladen, you passed just about more cars than anybody tonight. You came from deep in the field. It almost looked like you weren't going to make this race early on. You make it to the A main. You come home with the top three. You got to feel good about that.
Oh yeah, I was going into this race. I didn't make it the first time. I choked qualifying by spinning out, so I was really scared that I was gonna not make the show for the second time in a row. And luckily, I was able to make it and then drive through the field with a little bit of luck with all the wrecks, avoiding the wrecks. But uh, I'm just happy I was able to keep it in third, honestly.
Well, Bladen, obviously you're getting the super late model back underneath you here. As you won last week at Gateway, here a second podium in a row. Do you feel like you have some momentum? Do you think you're going to be able to carry this throughout the season?
Yeah, I feel like my luck's starting to turn back around, and hopefully that's true. I'm pretty good at Hickory, but hopefully I can get another podium finish, top 5. Maybe keep it rolling. Maybe have something for Aaron at the end of the season. Hopefully.
Well, Bladen, we keep asking everybody about the point standings, and you're one of those guys. You came into this 15th in points, so you needed the strong points tonight that you got. And now you're gonna be about on the bubble of making it into that top 8 in the playoffs. So, what is your game plan there as far as surviving these races?
Honestly, I'm just trying basically just to survive. I'm not being aggressive whatsoever. I'm just letting everybody wreck in front of me and hope just chilling in the back until my path clears, and then hopefully it leads me to the front. So I'm just hoping I can continue to survive these races.
Well, next week we head to a fairly similar racetrack, different banking, a little bit better top side than here at the Bullring at Hickory. Bladen, so how do you feel about running there next week? Obviously, some success at short tracks already this season, and next week we have another one.
Yeah, I like Hickory. I feel like it's one of my best tracks. I mean, I finished 6th there, and I think it was the Shootout Series my first time racing there after being a bumper car the whole race. But I like the track. I'm just excited for Five Flags, really.
He's already pinpointed the race he
Looking
wants,
forward.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write it down. Hey, Jeff, I'm picking first that week, okay?
Yeah, right? Well, Blade, before we let you go, we want to give you a chance to thank everybody you need to thank. If you got people you want to shout out that might be watching the broadcast, go for it.
I want to thank BRTV for the amazing BRTV Roasted Gems Coffee for the amazing support. Age 52 Photography, Nerditudes, Dusty Pete's Gibson Collectibles. I thank Reaper Speed Labs for the amazing setups and officials. Teapot Designs for the amazing looking car. And really, that's about it.
All right, Bladen, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. We appreciate it. Congratulations. Another top 3. You came off a win last week, finished top 3 here tonight. You're clawing your way back into this points battle.
Yeah, I hope it continues.
All right, well, we'll see you next week at Hickory.
Later.
Well, Bill, that's going to do it. 2 races in the books this week in the Steiner Motorsports 150s. One went a little bit cleaner than the other tonight. Again, that was kind of the rough and tumble race that we expected from the Bullring that we got tonight.
Yeah, that was a little bit more of what was expected from this racetrack. It is a rough little racetrack. It is very, very small, and we saw that early, but they cooled it out, Jeff. There was some really good racing throughout the middle of that race and towards the end. But boy, there was some racing that and beating and banging that we did not see last night. There was just mayhem, and somehow they didn't wreck, so that was kind of fun too.
Well, I went back to take a look at the Facebook chat just to see who was talking there, and I just saw Tanner Carter, 314 stars, said, "We'll see you all next race."
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Tanner. That is unbelievable.
My goodness.
Thank you so much for that. Dell handing out another great broadcast, and he will be back next week. We can't wait to see you. Dell, I think Dell signed up to race on Tuesday, so you can always just jump into a race with us as well.
That's right. Yeah, we Dell's a great guy, and he raced last night in the late model shootout series race. Decided not to race in this one, but Yeah, we would like to see the 112 out there once again. But next week, Jeff, Hickory. I asked every single racer how they felt about that racetrack, and every single one of them said, "I like that place." So it's gonna be fun to see what we get next week when we go to another, short track.
Well, and now Heather just hit us with 500. Thank you, Heather. That is unbelievable. We really, really appreciate that.
Wow, that is amazing. We can't even tell you how much we appreciate support like that. That is fantastic. We're glad you're here having a good time. And one of these times, Heather, we'll have to see if we can get Stewie up front there. And, well, we won't have to. He will. And we'll be able to talk to him as well. But, Jeff, I'm looking forward to next week. And hopefully everybody comes back and watches next week's broadcast. We'll be back here next Tuesday night at Hickory. That's going to be fun as well. Monday and Tuesday night. That'll be fun as well.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday night, the Wadsworth Motor Cars 125s from the Hickory Speedway. It is the halfway point of the season, and that's the last chance those Challenger Series guys. We usually call some group of them up to Monday nights after 6 races on Tuesday. This is the last chance for them to kind of impress and get that mid-season call up.
Well, I do know that there are a couple of guys that have definitely impressed us. Aaron Plemons at the top of that list. He is the points leader, and he won tonight, so I would expect a number 67 on that list. I don't know if we're making that prediction right now, but I will. But, yeah, other guys will join him, and that'll be fun to see those guys racing at Hickory as well. It was funny, Jeff, is in his interview, Aaron Plemons talked about wanting to watch the guys from Monday night to see what they do at Hickory and then try to apply that to Tuesday. Well, guess what, Aaron? You're probably going to be racing with them, so you're going to have a pretty good view.
Yeah, and we definitely encourage everybody that plans to race on Tuesday nights, watch that Monday night race, because there is a lot to pick up every single week. It seems like you can really learn a lot from what those fast guys like Thomas Axum, and I mean these are the best sim racers in iRacing. You guys like Thomas Axum, Alex McCollum, I mean they're unbelievable. And so if you want to learn something, I mean just follow these races and you're going to pick up a ton.
Absolutely. I feel like I learn something every week. I learn from these guys too here on the Tuesday night series. I mean, they're nothing to shake a stick at, right? So all these guys, you can learn from, especially the guys that are running up front. But like you said, I hope the Tuesday night guys definitely watch the Monday night guys, and Thomas Axum definitely gave us a lot of pointers last night on how to get through these races and how to be successful. And the Tuesday night guys can apply that. So, like you said, we're gonna have call-ups next week, and hopefully they will apply some of those lessons that guys like Axum and McCollum and the rest of the group there on Monday night kind of give us after the races.
Well, again, we can't thank you all enough for hanging out with us on Facebook. All of the partners and sponsors, County Road Custom for their support of this series, Steiner Motorsports, Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes, Moonlight Speed, Alex McCollum Racing, and of course, Elite Performance Industries. If you're watching over there right now live on their Facebook page, thank you so much for all of our partners that put this together, all the people that hang into the chat with us, talk to us all night during the race. We do appreciate it. It's a ton of fun. We can't wait to get back. We're hitting that halfway point of the season. Now it's go time for everybody. It's starting to get down to who's going to make the chase. And man, Bill, we looked at that Monday night standings last night, and I mean, it's hard to even pick which 8 guys are going to make the playoffs because there's so many big names that are sitting outside the top 8 right now.
Yeah, and the drop weeks go into effect after this race. For this series and for the late model shootout series. That happened last night. So you see guys jumping around in the point standings. And like you said, I don't think it's possible to predict what 8 drivers are going to get into the playoffs in either series at this point. So again, an exciting culmination of this season is coming up. And I'm excited, honestly, really excited to watch it happen.
Well, we can't wait to see you all Monday and Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on our Twitch. Make sure before you go, you smash that like button for us, and we will see you all next Monday and Tuesday night for the Wadsworth Motorcars 125s from Hickory Speedway.